Once your consultant has completed her first 2 parties, it's time to get together again to help her place her first order. Now, there's no point teaching her how to do this until she actually has some orders to process. If you do it too early, you'll need to repeat yourself later when she's ready. So this time can be quite social. Have a coffee together and talk about what's been happening. And once again, if there's more than one new consultant in your team, it's a great thing to do as a group. Everyone will want to share what's been going on, and it's good, smart use of your time, which is really important if you've got your vision set on building a big team. You could also do the session on Skype, or you could even make a recording of the ordering process for her to follow, but it's very important that there is some personal contact as you're still in the relationship building phase right now. If you use a recording to show how to order, make sure you do the rest of what I'm about to describe personally. Whether it's on Skype or in person doesn't matter, but it needs to be you talking to her. And by the way, if you do use a recording, if the ordering that your company does is online, the recording does cut down your time as well. It's something that you will repeat again and again and again. So doing it once, recording it, and having it available for people is one of those things that will really help you grow your business, because rather than just repeating something over and over to all these new consultants coming on, you can then spend your time relationship building instead of that. At this session, talk about your consultant's first 2 parties in a little bit more detail than you did on the phone immediately following them. And once again, start with the reflection. Ask her what she feels has been going really well, what she's been building on as she's been doing her parties. Talk about them, give encouragement, and be really positive. Ask her what she thinks she could have done differently, and talk about these things as well, making sure you don't damage her confidence and are as understanding as possible. Remember, she's not going to be perfect after 2 parties, and you don't need to fix everything right now. If there's something that seems really important, then work on fixing that, but the rest will come with time and with training. Some of the challenges that she's had will be quite familiar to you, as they're going to be things that happened for you and you as well. Help her to write out or key in her first order and any other paperwork, including how to deal with credit card payments and anything that she needs to know. This is exciting because it's like getting her first pay. Make sure you give her lots of information and link this to what can happen in the future for her. Remember, at the very beginning, she filled out her new consultant questionnaire and she talked a little bit about some goals. You've done quite a bit of relationship building up to this point, so you've probably managed to get a little bit more about what she wants to achieve. So as she's filling in this order and working out how much she's earned, link this to the things that she's wanting to achieve for herself. Also talk about what to do when she receives her first delivery. Give her some handy tips for delivering her products, how to make the products look nice for the customers. I always liked to put them in a bag, wrap them up, put some ribbon around them, and put a little handwritten thank you card with everything. If your company delivers straight to the customers, talk about how and when she should follow up with them to make sure everything arrived okay. Get her into these habits straight away, don't wait. Very difficult to get these habits started later. If your company delivers straight to the customers, then talk about how and when she should follow up to find out that everything arrived okay and that they're happy with their products. And it's also now the best time for her to put a customer service system into place. If consultants start this from the very beginning, it's going to be easy to put in place, and it's going to become a habit that remains with them rather than a habit that needs to be put in place later, which is difficult. Also, it's difficult once they've got a whole lot of customers and they've got this big job of having to input a whole heap of customers' details somewhere. So get the customer service happening straight away, and you might want to talk about using MailChimp and autoresponders so that new customers automatically get an email 30 days later asking how their products are going, letting them know that they're going to receive a call. Your consultants can already set up an autoresponder for hostesses from the very beginning, that in 1 year's time they'll get an email which invites them to rebook so that their friends can all see the new products, since it's 1 year since their party. All sorts of things that you can put in place that hopefully you have in place already, that she can do from the very beginning. It make life much easier for her in the long run. You might have written up some notes that you can give her to supplement the training manual. you will have your own way of doing things, and you can add these things to her folder. So doing this is going to encourage use of systems that you've found successful and make you easy to duplicate. And I always liked to finish off with a glass of bubbly and a congratulations gift or something nice to celebrate her first order and the start of her business. And the gift that I normally gave was a nice little notebook. And this notebook was a leads book that she could now use to keep note of anyone that was showing interest in joining the business, or anyone that was wanting to book a party in the future. And she could keep those leads in that book. That's something that I talk about more in the recruiting course. But it's a nice little gift wrapped in ribbon, and it felt like a good way to finish this session off.